The book of Exodus is a monumental narrative of liberation and law. In these chapters, we see God's mighty acts and his covenant relationship with his chosen people. Chapter 1 sets the stage with the Israelites' oppression in Egypt. Chapter 2 introduces Moses, who is saved by Pharaoh's daughter. In chapter 3, God speaks to Moses from the burning bush, declaring, "I am who I am." Exodus 3, verse 14. Chapters 4 to 6 recount Moses' mission to demand the release of the Israelites, despite Pharaoh's hardened heart. In chapters 7 to 11, God unleashes 10 plagues upon Egypt, demonstrating his power and highlighting Pharaoh's defiance. In chapter 12, the Passover is instituted, foreshadowing Christ, our Passover lamb. Chapter 13 witnesses the Israelites' departure from Egypt, led by a pillar of cloud and fire. And chapter 14 sees the dramatic parting of the Red Sea. In chapter 15, Miriam and Moses sing a hymn of praise to God, celebrating deliverance. Chapters 16 to 18 describe God's provision for his people, including manna from heaven and water from a rock. In chapter 19, God makes a covenant at Mount Sinai, giving the 10 Commandments in chapter 20, a moral foundation mirrored in the New Testament teachings of Jesus. Chapters 21 to 24 relay social and ceremonial laws, affirming God's justice and holiness. Chapters 25 to 31 detail the construction of the tabernacle, symbolic of God's presence, as mirrored in John 1:14. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. Chapters 32 to 34 recount Israel's sin with the golden calf and God's merciful renewal of the covenant. Chapters 35 to 40 describe the tabernacle's completion and God's glory filling it. The narrative of Exodus is not only a story of freedom, but a foretelling of Christ's redemptive work. Wisdom from these scriptures urges us towards faithfulness and trust in God's promises.